Hi, Daddy.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, The Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin. Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, I am Mia, and you are listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Can you say have faith, let it begin? Huh? Yeah. Yeah? Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
Let it begin?
Again.
Say have faith.
Again.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. Today is Thursday, June 24th, 2021. Today we begin a two-part series, and today's episode is called Trusting Your Abilities and Believing in Yourself, Part 1. For many years, as many of you know, we have talked about how this show is designed for you, the Daily Commuter, with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world. I thought it'd be interesting to take a pause and to give you another personal testimony of myself. So here goes. My journey into my faith has always been a rocky one in the very beginning. Dealing with so many different types of storms, depressions, fights, arguments, losing friends, losing loved ones. Yeah, I guess you can say it's just a normal life, right? For some of us, you may look at that and go, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to throw in. And for some of us that believe in God and believe in a higher power can say, well, yes, we're going to battle all these type of things. But it's what you do with your faith. It's what you do with your strengths and your abilities to try to overcome, to adapt, to learn from our mistakes, and to move in the right path. Over the years, I've shared with you so many countless stories. Stories like the dealings with many different types of manufacturers, the past stories of my breakups and current heartbreaks that have happened throughout the years. I've also shared with you in my high praises as I overcame many types of surgeries, and I was here with all of you as we listened and witnessed the birth of Ariel and watching this show grow to the days of moving in the right path and celebrating my anniversary and becoming a producer for the CROC podcast and getting new friends involved and just doing all that I can to make sure that each and every day we fulfill an episode, Monday through Friday. We peeked behind the curtain today, as I stated that this season 4 would be like. And the fact is, there are times when I'm upset, when I'm sad. And I've shared that with you many times. I've shared with you in ways of which I would provide an episode that in reality, behind the scenes, relates to my personal life. Or at times, to friends that write to us on this show. I've dealt with depression over the last year and a half, where the depression had set back in. And over the course of family and friends and therapy, I've been able to shake that off. I've done everything in my power, faithfully, and of course, personally, to try and learn from all the things that have happened to me. One of the greatest joys of my life is watching my daughter be born and watching her grow and listening to her audio evolve as we're set to break out a brand new introduction, and you'll be hearing some new audio with Ariel. And one of the greatest things that I loved about that is the fact that I explained to all of you just last week that this is a time capsule. That this show is not only designed for you, but it is also designed for Ariel. A show that eventually she will take over, hopefully, willingly. But if she doesn't, she will have something to listen to. And that when I am gone, and the Lord has taken me home, she can always look back and reference how crazy her father's life was. So, on this part 1, I want to share with you a very personal story. Many times we talk about the crazy date stories. And quite honestly, you're probably thinking, isn't that what today's supposed to be? Yes, it is. But I want to give you a backstory as to why the crazy date stories exist on this show. You see, when I had gone through my depression and I had gone through my breakup back in 2001, I went through a 2-year depression. It was very difficult for me. It was the first breakup I ever had. It was the first time that I had been cheated on. Unfortunately, it would not be the last. That breakup really defined and made me who I am today. And for the longest time, for those 6 years that I spent in, well, almost 5.5 years actually, in Providence, Rhode Island, I needed to know who I was. I didn't know who Angel Santana was. But through friends, new friends, and different types of dates, and traveling, and living on my own, I was able to become who I really wanted to be. And that was myself. It was no longer hiding behind these sunglasses or these different types of glasses, or a mask, if you want to put it that way, is a better analogy. It was no more of me trying to be somebody that I wasn't. I was trying to hide away the person that I was afraid to be. You see, to me, when Angel lost his that time girlfriend, I felt as if I was a loser. I felt as if I would never amount to anything. But it took for really good friends to come into my life. There was no accident. A church, a minister, good friends from other states, strangers that came in the passings, to finally explain to me and show me that my life was worth everything. My life was important, and that I had something to give. When I rekindled my relationship with God, when I was okay with who I was inside, when I was able to move forward and put myself first along with God, that's when everything started to happen. I met good friends like Gretchen, who taught me that it was okay to understand the feelings of being hurt. She also shared with me on how important I was to others. When I met friends like Chip from another state, who we were put together to try to resolve an issue with a job, what I didn't realize then was that God had put him in my life for a reason, and he still is my friend to this day. God had put many strangers in my path, like the mystery man who touched my arm and said everything would be okay. To the different people that came in and out of my life that would share with me the importance of who I am, and that it was okay to cry, that it was okay to be yourself, that it was okay to share your glory with others. To the church that was directly next door, who on different occasions would knock on my door and share with me that I didn't have to be at home alone for a holiday, who would invite me to their homes for dinner, who would bring me snacks and bakery goods. That was the culmination. That was the start of the beginning of my path to righteousness. So where am I going with all this? You have to trust in your abilities. You have to trust in yourself. You have to put your trust and faith into what God has made you. See, God has put us on this earth for a reason. But many of us don't realize what we have to offer others, especially yourself. So this morning, as you drive to work, or if you're sitting at home, I want you to take a deep breath. Let's do it together. And breathe out. And I want you to try this prayer that worked for me. And when things feel as if they're not going in my direction, or if they feel like I'm in a negative road or a path, this is the type of things that I do. I pray. I pray to God and I say, Heavenly Father, thank you for making me who I am today. Lord, I'm struggling today with my faith. I'm struggling today with who I am and who I want to be. Lord, I need you to help me choose the right path. Allow me to know that you are with me. Lord, I know that there's so much I can be doing, but I don't have that will, that drive that I'm seeking. Now, for some of you, that may not be the right prayer. I'm just giving you an example of certain things that I do. Maybe your prayer is a little different. Maybe it's similar. Maybe it's exactly the same as mine. But I want you to think about all the people that are in your life. All the people that are in your environment, your surroundings. And think about the choices that you have made. The good ones, the bad ones, and the ones you haven't made yet, but are in your mind. And I want you to think hard and think long and say to yourself, there's a reason why there's decisions that I need to make. But there's a reason why God has put me on this earth. It's now time to shine. It's now time to move forward. It's not time to look back. Sure, we can look back and see the things that we've done that maybe we weren't in agreement with. But I'll tell you one thing. The hardest thing that you'll ever have to do, or for myself anyway, was just putting that trust, that faith in God. Listen, I'm being honest. It was not as easy. But once I did, and once I believed, cold and full with all my heart, that God had a plan for me, no matter how many times I put on the armor of God, no matter how many times somebody throws a rock at me, shoots an arrow at me, I can honestly tell you, I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of all the negativity that comes to my life. I'm not afraid of all the obstacles and the storms that present themselves. Because when you have a tag team partner like God, when you have a best friend like God, you know everything is possible. So this morning, as we conclude part 1, I'm asking you to trust in yourself. Trust in your abilities. Know that God has a special plan for you. It's not a mistake. It's not a fortune cookie. This is reality. The reality is you are here for a reason. You have a purpose. Don't allow others to tell you that you do not exist in this world. Don't allow others to tell you that you can't do it, because you can, and you will. Don't allow others to steal the joy in your heart. Don't allow others to tell you that you will never amount to anything. Because in reality, you already have amounted to so much more. God is preparing a path for you. Maybe today, and hopefully today, the reason why I decided to go with this episode, these 2 parts, last minute, is because this episode could be designed for just one person. Maybe it's not designed for some of you that are listening. Maybe you're saying to yourself, wow, this is a little too deep for me. I can't. Thanks, Angel, but not today. That's okay. But there could be one person out there that is listening to today's episode, and guess what? That's no accident. And if this is not for you, if this episode does not hold true to you, let's pray for that one person out there that will eventually listen to it, and hope that part 2's episode tomorrow, which will be a very special edition and a very special announcement, that I am encouraging all of my Have Faith, Let It Begin family to please don't miss it. You don't want to hear that what you missed and then have to go back and listen to it. You want to enjoy it. You want to be a part of it. Trust me, it is something that you definitely want to hear. So today, may God be with you. May He shine His light upon you. And may He grant each and every one of you peace on earth. God is with you. God believes in you. God trusts you. And God will never leave your side. And Lord, I just thank you for all that you've given me. I thank you for the ability to be on this show every single day. And I leave with a special message for Ariel. One day you'll hear this. And maybe you're struggling in life. Maybe someone has tried to steal your joy. Know this. There's nothing that you will ever do that will disappoint me or others. Maybe you'll make decisions that you could have made better choices on. But learn from them. Be better than that. Be smart. Put God first in your life. And never forget that Daddy is with you. Have faith. Let it begin.